Good morning, everybody. How are we? So I've just finished my yoga class, so I thought I'd do this video now. This is the second part of, there will be many parts because I'm kind of going through my Raise Your Bar coaching program, like sequentially what we touch upon, so that those who did it with me, we can recap together. So I know a few of you guys were asking. And just to kind of bring back those tools that we were looking at that really worked for us to get us from where we were feeling, or that space where we were, you know, where maybe we felt a little bit stuck, a bit confused, a little bit unmotivated, self-doubt, negative like thinking loops that we needed to stop and rewire, and all the tools that we use to get us like moving forwards and get us to our next level. So last week we looked at meditation. So if you've been following this and you've been tapping into your meditation practice, you will already feel a massive difference, because it's like when you start with meditation, it has a knock-on effect to lots of other things, lots of other habits. So last week we spoke about the benefits of meditating, why meditate, when to meditate, and really creating space for yourself to say, right, this space is for me, this time is for me, when I do something for me to help myself, to improve my mindset, to help my moods, to help lift me out of depression, to help give me tools to control and feel in control with a very, very busy mind or anxiety. That is what meditation helps us with. So just that practice alone. So on my program, meditation is the one non-negotiable thing. We do it every day over 6 weeks. And that in itself reveals so much about yourself. Like what you're struggling with, if you're struggling to be still in your mind, what keeps coming in, habits. It just really opens up a can of worms in a really good way, yeah, because it's about self-reflection. That's all it is. And sometimes we need to just stop and understand what's going on. What are the habits? It's just about poor habits that have crept in and we probably don't actually realize. And we need to correct, we need to refocus those habits, and that is all it is. So meditation was the starting point. So if you've been doing it now for a week, you will already feel a massive difference within yourself. When I meditate, I feel like I have more time in the day, and it's because I'm organizing my mind. It's like clearing out all the cobwebs and clearing the mess, so I can really see much more direct. I can make decisions better. I feel like I don't have that fuzz in the way. It just goes, and then when it comes back, I know that I just need to really come back to my breath, come back to the moment of now. We spoke about that a lot last week as well, coming back to the moment of now. When we are anxious, when we are very often depressed, in a kind of negative space, we're not in our present moment. We are ping-ponging between worries of the past, concerns of the future. Our mind isn't focused on the one point that actually only exists, and that's the now. And again, that's the practice, the meditation. Helps us build that strength in our mind. It's like brain gym, but a much more wholesome way to do it. So this week, looking at the kind of the next stage of the tools that we looked at, yeah. So we brought this in already on day 2, but I'm stretching this out over a week. So we started to look at the power of gratitude, and then it moved into our abundance mindset. Yeah, so these are 2 different things. And I will break them down differently because they do have a different intention. So starting off with gratitude, we hear this all the time, be grateful for, what you have. And when you are in a place of like lower vibration, when you're not feeling your best, when you're not feeling in control, when you just feel like everything's going like, it can be really hard to focus on, to find something that you are grateful for, because the mind is so much in the negative cycle. Sometimes it really can be hard, but there there are so many things, you know, for us to be grateful, and it's just a case of starting with one. And it isn't just saying, oh, I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I hear people saying this all the time, oh, I'm grateful for, but that isn't where you harness the power of gratitude. You harness the power of gratitude by feeling the feelings of gratitude. We live in a feeling world. We live in a heart-led world. If you live in your head, this is when we get blockages. This is when we are trying to control, but from a headspace, rather than allowing things to happen from our heart space. And those who did the program with me will really understand, you know, what I'm speaking about here, because we did a lot of work on dropping from our head analytics, organization, to in a more flow, a more trusting, a more vulnerable, a more letting go space in our heart, where we start feeling. And that's where shifts, transformation, change, all this stuff starts to happen, when we get out of our head and into our heart. And again, that's a knock-on effect from meditating, because you're getting rid of all the stuff. You're not turning off, you're just allowing space in your mind. You're allowing your mind to focus just on your breath, on the present moment. And this is when we start to connect to our feelings. So going back to the gratitude, you know, if you're in I'm speaking to everybody here, but I know I've been speaking predominantly with the people that have done this course, and I know that you are not in, you know, a really like dark place. You're just like, oh, you know, maybe I just need to shift again because I've kind of plateaued. So find something that you are grateful for, you know, whether it's the practice, whether it can be something really simple. It can be like the pencil that you're holding, that you're writing down your ideas. It can be something so simple, but it needs to trigger an emotional response. It needs to trigger a feeling. So really take time with this. You know, I'm going to give you an example. I love, like, whenever I think of my garden, it brings me so much joy, like loads, because I think of all the memories, like, and the fun things I've done with my kids in my garden. I think of like the veggie patch, and it's just like, it's a whole family thing. And it makes me go, oh, it makes me really feel something. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be something big and profound. It can be the most simple thing, but as long as it makes you feel, and it's tapping into that feeling emotion, and it's that starts to lift our vibration. Yeah. And this is science. We have a vibration in our body. The earth vibrates as well at a certain frequency, and interestingly enough, the earth has been moving the vibration up over the last 9 months, massively up. So we also need to be lifting our own vibration, otherwise it's really hard if we're out of sync with our environment. I'll have a look if I can find some articles on that, because that's really interesting, and I know that some of you guys will find that really interesting. So it's what we are responsible for, what we can control is our vibration, you know, and just doing the tools that will help lift ourselves, help lift our vibration on a very kind of simplistic way. Do the stuff that you love. Do stuff that makes you happy. And again, this isn't stuff about your head. This is stuff about how you feel. If you love drawing and you haven't drawn for ages, I just started drawing recently. Draw, pick up your sketchbook and start drawing. If you love DJing, making music, you haven't done it for ages, get on your decks, you know, like, oh yeah, but I'm 45. It doesn't matter. Like, do stuff that makes you happy. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if you feel like you don't have time for it, make time. Do stuff that makes you happy. Reconnect to those things. If you love improvising just for the sake of it, do some improvisation in your living room. If you love walking in nature, go for a walk, and, you know, maybe you're not doing it as much as you know that you could. Just do stuff that lifts your vibration on a very simplistic idea of understanding your vibration. When you feel low, let's say you've experienced a loss, whatever that could be, you feel heavy, don't you? You feel like even your body changes, it becomes slumpy. It's like just everything feels a bit less colourful. Imagine then a scenario in your life where it's maybe your birthday, all your girls are around, you're just having the best time. Everything's like flowing. It's like all these things keep popping out. I'm not even trying. That's your vibration. That's at the higher end of your own vibrational scale. And when you think about those kind of scenarios that I'm sure most of us have experienced, you know exactly what it means for your vibration to be low or high. So when you are feeling low, think about the tools that we've done to really help lift us. And this is like this. These are just a few of many tools that we looked at. But I always start here because I think they are the most foundational. And the power of our mind is it's incredible. If we start to think of something negatively over a period of time and it becomes a habit when we're not even realizing, we lose the gratitude for whatever that is that we're focusing on, and we will create something out of those thoughts. Let's just say, I hate my job every day in the morning. Oh my god, my job, God, get up. Oh my god. By these thoughts that you're creating, you're going to create an external reality that is not going to be positive. Find something positive within the work that you're doing. I'm just using that as an example. It brings me money so that I can live the life that I'm living. Yeah, it's about shifting your focus, identifying where the negative thought patterns are and shifting them into a more constructive possible way. Find the positive within it. Obviously the ladies that I've been speaking to, you are not at that point now. You're maybe just kind of plateauing after having had risen, done your rise, and now you're just like, oh, okay, I'm here, everything's still moving, but I'd like to rise again. So just go back to wherever you are at now. Remember the tools that we did and bring them into your level that you're at now and work through them again. So if you've done the meditation all last week, it'll be great to hear how that's impacted you, how that's opened up your mind again, and now bring back the gratitude for whatever it is you have around you, whatever it is that you lifted yourself up into. Find the gratitude within that space again. Because it will be new stuff as to where you were before. It's the feeling of gratitude, because we want to lift our vibration up. So I'm going to leave it there. I'd love to hear from you guys. I know a lot of you who I've worked with are working on this alongside, and I'm always getting these lovely messages from you of, oh my god, this just happened. And the most amazing thing is that stuff just happens. And I love it when I get my messages from you. It's like, oh my god, I started to think again abundantly and feeling my gratitude, and all of a sudden I just had this offer, or that fell into place that I'd forgotten about ages ago. And it's you're working on an energy level. So keep it up, guys, because you're doing really, really good. And I will have a little look through some links that I can send to you, those who also like to read and understand this from a maybe more kind of scientific point of view. But these are all strategies and tools that top professionals are using, like athletes. They understand the power of visualization, of visualizing it before it's happened. We'll speak about this in a couple of weeks. They understand the power of getting themselves into a state which is raising your awareness in order to perform better. And I've really been blessed to have been taught these tools by, from different perspectives: yoga, business coaches, spiritual coaches. So, if this is new to you, just don't believe me, just give it a go for yourself, but really commit to it, because that's when you're going to get the best results. And it can literally change your life. And I know that through the people that I've worked with, and just the incredible breakthroughs that they've had themselves. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I want these to be just short and sharp, 15 minutes, so you can have a little go. I know we're all busy, but I send you lots of love, and yeah, have a lovely, lovely day, guys. Bye-bye.